So I have a fun story time for you, friends. So this is about the Roots and Records healing session that I got from Kiki Tyler. Helped heal my witch wounds, persecution wounds, a past life as a persecuted witch. We got to jump into Akashic Records. And what's fun is that this was then months later, I then got to essentially reap the rewards of that healing by no longer feeling persecuted and actually being celebrated. So like, it was a really crazy play out, and I want to share it in like video storytelling form. So here we go. Story time. So Kiki does Roots and Records, which is going down into your soul roots and your Akashic Records. For those of you that aren't familiar with the Akashic Records, you can kind of think of them as this private, secure, astral library of all things that have happened or could happen, and you can get into it through meditation. Here's the meat and potatoes of the story. So Kiki was in her meditation and essentially saw a giant book open in front of her. And in the story that then appeared through this book was a past life of mine as a persecuted witch. Sort of think medieval times. I have seen a version of this woman multiple times in my own healing experiences. She's always like out in the forest and essentially like hiding away, but also helping a lot of the people of the town. And so the story that Kiki saw through the meditation was all the townspeople relying on me for help, but essentially like persecuting and ridiculing me in public. And it was a very like sad life as a witch who was helping people as a healer and was a trusted advisor in private, but was persecuted in public. So in the healing, Kiki observed this happening and saw that there was a way to essentially rewrite the story. And so what she did was like write the story from a different perspective and essentially created a new ending, which was that she was a celebrated healer and like wise elder of the community, and that she was publicly like revered and appreciated. It's incredibly healing because I had different meditations where I tap back into that witch timeline. And in this real life experience of rnrwithMollyB, there's a very real situation of like being a public persona who is talking about spiritual and woo-woo things, being someone who came from a very structured background. I was in tech for 15 years, and the sort of struggle with like not being taken sort of seriously or feeling like I would be not only just ridiculed, but literally felt like I would be persecuted and harmed. And this healing released this soul level block that I had had for a very long time since I was born in this incarnation, of feeling like there would be actual physical harm and sadness and grief and a difficult life by being a healer, by being witchy, tapping into my natural magic. So it was a really big healing. It was extremely impactful and emotional. So she healed this huge persecution wound, this witch wound. Literally like 2 months later, out of the blue, I got offered a space of my own for me to have and host my business so that I could have literally a space for my own business. I was renting a room in another like wellness studio for the last year. And this then allowed me to kick off essentially like a launch party. And so I had Kiki come and facilitate the cacao ceremony for my open house and for my launch party for my new business location, which is it's close. It's with people that I know, and it's upstairs from where I do card readings. So it's like, it's all within my community and my neighborhood. And at my open house, I was able to bring in other vendors that I wanted to support and empower, that are either in the wellness or in the creative space. And so there I found myself, right, as like a local community member, also as a healer, being celebrated, accepted, honored, respected, believed, literally like 2 months later after this healing. So I just want to share what an amazing experience it was, and just how impactful doing deep soul questioning work can be, because it can really shift your actual reality. Like that, what that allowed me to do was shift into a reality where I will be accepted, where I would have the opportunities come to me, where I would feel comfortable having a space of my own, where I would want to be public and official and announce what it is that I am doing to bring to the community, and that I would want to be received. So I just wanted to share that. Thank you, Kiki. Appreciate you.